Hello and welcome to Rated. Hello and welcome to Rated.
This is all going to be in the video.
Yeah, I'm
I'm disgusted.
Good.
Hello and welcome to Rated PG. We have two guests with us today.
Hi, I'm Evie.
I'm Emmanuel.
Awesome. We watched The Craft, a very interesting movie from 1996. It's basically what I would consider to be Heathers, but they're witches.
Mm-hmm.
I completely agree, and I loved it.
I feel like Mean Girls definitely got a lot of inspiration out of this.
That's why we wanted to have these guests with us today. We thought that a group of four really fits because this movie really focuses on having a fourth. And so we thought we don't even have a third. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say that's why we invited these two mean girls here.
Point out right off the bat is just the elephant in the room. We're all thinking it. 4 people is not a circle, that's a square. I'm just horrified that this got so far and that I need to address it now, how many years later. But 1 person is a dot, 2 people line, 3 people triangle, 4 people square, 5 people star, 6 people hexagon, 7 people is a party. And then once we get beyond that, maybe we're getting towards circle territory.
Yeah.
But 4 can't be a circle.
You need
I'm
at least
in a rage.
16.
Yeah.
I think you need a minimum of 16 to be a circle. I agree with you, because then we could plausibly sit in such a way that a circle is formed.
One unbelievable thing about this, in my opinion, is that these 4 young women would be worshiping a male deity.
True.
Great point.
You know, I just
Yeah.
felt like, oh yeah, we're in the 90s. Oh yeah, the movie was made by men. Right.
Should we start with the 5 elements of horror?
Yes, we should.
AKA
Yes.
our 5 elements of horror.
Yeah, we made these up. They're not a real thing. Please don't
Asterisk.
attack me.
We made these up. These aren't a real thing. Number 1 being jump scares out of 5 candy corns.
I'm gonna
jump
have to say
scares out of
1.
them. Really?
Yeah, I was not scared into jumping.
Sometimes you have to give things a pity too, because there are movies that are so much less jump scary. You know,
Sure.
and so for me, this is a pity too, because the final half hour, suddenly bad things start to happen. And there are alarming visuals, which sometimes are about the closest thing to a jump scare you're going to get.
Next, we have gore out of 5 knives.
I'm gonna go with a 2. I feel like it could have been worse. I feel like for certain audiences, like they need that little warning beforehand because, you know, certain elements are a little whoa.
Yeah.
But I feel like it could have been a lot worse. I feel like it could have been really, really gory.
I think the gore was definitely pretty visceral in this one, because some of this was self-harm. I think that carries it into a new territory for me.
At one point, towards the last half hour, Sarah's hands are covered in blood, and in one shot, the blood's completely gone. And me, as a film connoisseur, I don't know, man.
Beautiful pronunciation.
So how about like a 2.5 for gore? Because I think that 0.5 brings it up with the like whole personal aspect of it, that it's a little more like it's a little less slasher film and more I'm concerned watching this.
Yeah.
3 being laughs out of 5 pumpkins. How many laughs did we have in this movie?
I would give it 4. This movie made me laugh a lot. Like I feel like instead of jump scares, there were more like reveals that were funny to me. Like when they were all on the beach, and then she was revealed to be walking on.
It looked really great.
A lot of great one-liners that made me laugh.
That's
Yeah.
true. I liked Where the Weirdos Mister. I think that was my favorite part of the whole movie.
My question is though, Evie, were they like intentional laughs in this movie, or were they like, I'm laughing at it?
For like the first half, I thought that I was laughing at it, but I think the tone kind of shifted, I think, as we got closer to the end, and then it felt more like, no, I'm laughing with it, because it like ramped up on the horror aspect and the comedy aspect.
I feel like I'm gonna give it a 3. I feel like I wasn't laughing with it. I was laughing at it. Like during those certain moments of just like absurdity. I'm like, what? Because I feel like it was just like meant to be like serious, like, oh, I can walk on water, I can do all these things. And I was just like laughing at like, you're trying to be so serious, but like, I don't know, maybe it could have been framed better, you know, just to make sure that like it is taken in a more serious light.
I lean 3. I just think that there are some elements that tone down the comedy for me, like just like watching self-harm and things like that. I mean, there's like a whole scene where Nancy is trying to get the other girl, whose name is now escaping me, Sarah, to kill herself, which, you know, it sort of retroactively, I'm like, I guess I'm laughing a little less at this now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, when you said Nancy, then monitor turned off. I think we're being watched.
Oh
my
no,
God.
she's here.
Nancy's
Here.
here. Okay, so I think we can lean 3 for laughs, or we could do a 3.5.
3.5. We love a 0.5 on this show.
We love a 0.5. Next, we have eye rolls out of Halloween masks. There were quite a few. There were definitely a few moments that I was like, what's happening? Like the whole Rochelle character development.
And all the like really intense racism towards
Yes.
Rochelle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, can I just
Not
get
so
on
funny.
a Rochelle soapbox quickly? I think
Please.
they abandon her character in a way that's really weird, because to me, she was the most complex character. Well, Nancy, I'll give Nancy that she's a pretty complex character. But up until a certain point, the person who seems to be, you know, doing her best to take the high road every time and really has a strong moral through line that the others really don't, they just abandon that completely. I mean, during the whole scene where Nancy is trying to get Sarah to kill herself, it seems, I thought that Nancy had like mind controlled Rochelle and Bonnie.
Yeah.
And then when it turned out they were just going along with it, I was baffled.
Yeah, they completely. Act 3 is rough for Rochelle because in terms of the character development. I would also lean 3.5 or 4 for eye rolls in this movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna come in closer to a 3.5. I was not getting up to a 4. I mean, we have seen some really eye roll inducing movies. I was confused because this movie has always been presented to me as this like friendship, girl power movie, and that's not what it is. And so I was a little bit thrown by that, but I wasn't really rolling my eyes a ton.
I don't think there was any moments where I'm like, ugh, this again, or like, ugh, this trope again, because it's like, it's 1996. Like, it is a product of its time. So I was like, oh, you know, like, this isn't the most complex storyline, you know, and I've seen so many things of like groups of threes. Like we've mentioned Heathers and Mean Girls before, and there's so many more that have come out since then. So it was just like, oh, you know, like here's another one, and I'm a sucker for a group of 3, you know.
I would agree with 3.5. I think most of my eye rolls actually came like pre-magic stuff with all the horrible stuff that the character of Chris put Sarah through, and a lot of
we
like
haven't
that
even addressed
was making me,
Chris. Oof.
yeah, and it was also, I had a big eye roll moment when you know, when everything was coming back threefold to her, and that meant that he had to assault her. That is like the not at all where I thought that it was gonna go, and that was also like not dealt with at all.
I actually think I would have liked this movie better if Sarah had never showed up. I want a prequel.
My favorite line is when Nancy leaves because she's mad because everyone's getting their wishes and she's not. And then Sarah's like, what's wrong with her? And Rochelle is like, I think it's because her wish hasn't come true. She's still white trash, but like, girl, you're white. Get over it.
That actually might have been my favorite line.
How much fun out of 5 goes?
4 out of 5 for me. Like I said, it doesn't get that 5-star for fun because it was tempered by some brutal moments, but certainly a lot of very fun moments, a lot of camaraderie that ends in just absolute carnage in this friend group, but a fun romp.
I think it's a fun movie if you feel like watching like a clicky, spooky movie.
I would agree. 4 out of 5. Fun. It was also fun to see all these people look so young.
Yeah.
And to be like, oh my God, that's the dad from Riverdale.
Yes,
all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, he's also in Scream, and he plays the terrible boyfriend in Scream.
Yeah.
Well,
The boy has a type.
Troubled characters.
he's good at it.
Sorry. you go,
Bonnie
May.
plays the lead in Scream.
She does.
Right.
I'm gonna agree with 4. I'm so big into magic and like all this like witchy stuff. Love a good 4-girl group.
Mhm.
I definitely had fun, but I feel like, I mean, like budget allowing and like time allowing. Like if it would have been like maybe like 20 minutes longer, I feel like we could have gotten like some more like good character development for like a lot of more people. That would have been way more interesting.
Yeah.
So definitely just missing a little bit, but I have fun. I like going through it. I wasn't like dreading watching it, which I feel like I do with a lot of films where I'm like, let me whip out my phone now and see what's getting posted on Instagram. I had fun.
Our next question is, was I genuinely scared?
No.
There were moments I had to look away.
Yeah. I was genuinely scared, not by any of the witch stuff, but I was like scared when she was getting attacked by the guy under the spell. I was like scared by like more the real life stuff.
Yeah.
I will say that the moment that I was like, aha, was when she's getting fooled into thinking that her house is being overrun by all these things, and then the rat drops on her, because a couple months ago a rat touched my knee while I was sleeping and I was in a panic and I could not sleep for the rest of the night. I don't know where that rat came from. I hope it's gone.
Was it a good movie? Yeah, I think it was fun.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Good
it's like a
time.
cinematic masterpiece, but it's a fun
It doesn't
one.
need to be.
Yeah,
Not every movie
no.
needs to be a cinematic masterpiece. It was a fun time.
It's a good spooky season watch if you're into like 90s feelings. I don't know why I'm talking like this.
I feel like years ago I would have been right there with a binding cloth being like, no.
Yeah. Stop doing harm. God.
I have a little game for us. It's called Which Witch.
Oh no.
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go. Evie, which witch would be part of an MLM in the future?
Bonnie.
Correct. May, which witch had the cutest style?
Nancy.
Correct. Emmanuel, which witch knew the assignment?
Nancy.
Yes, correct. Evie, which witch is most likely to be an Aries?
Nancy.
Nancy.
Bonnie. Which witch is a devout Republican?
Bonnie.
Yes, correct. May, which witch probably owns a parakeet?
Bonnie.
I wasn't sure about that
She's
one.
complex.
Emmanuel, which witch is secretly a horse girl, but a recovering one?
Bonnie.
Evie, which witch loves brie cheese?
Oh, the shop owner.
Yes, correct.
I forgot we could say her.
May, which witch's middle name is Yosemite?
Rochelle, plot twist. I actually think the recovering horse girl might be Sarah. And I actually don't think she's recovering. You know what? I think it would be Sarah and Bonnie, but it would be a real Saddle Club situation where Sarah is like Veronica, who's mean.
We're finally here. We're here, everybody.
Craft corner this week. For crafts. Crafty corner.
Double the crafts.
We're just crafting in a corner.
Craft squared.
Craft corner.
It's actually craft corner because it's the craft.
Do you have a
So
craft
was I.
for the craft?
My craft is really useful. It'll really help me through some tough times, and it's a love potion to help me love myself. Didn't work.
Oh no, it's a terrible potion.
The craft is a choker
Yes.
I made out of ponytail holders. Can you see that? Yeah.
Whoa.
No, you like loop it together. And then I have found this green paper clip that it feels like the perfect little clasp.
Wow.
This is so powerful.
Thank you so much.
I think
should
this
put it
is the
on.
real magic.
Like,
yeah.
let me put it on. Hang
This
on.
is the real magic. Did you harness any witchcraft to make that?
I wish, right? Just looks like normal choker.
So I made a gorgeous and fashionable friendship bracelet. We can see the braided details in here. And what's important is that does it look like it's made out of painter's tape and tissues? It was. And that's because it's really crucial when you make a craft friendship bracelet based on the movie The Craft, that you make it out of the most ephemeral materials possible, and it's extremely easy to destroy. Because if there's one thing I've learned from this movie, it's that friendships are a lie. You'll never have friends. All your friends are going to betray you. You'll never have powers. And, you know, because that's the thesis of this movie, I am no longer friends with any of you.
That was crafty.
That right
Wow.
there was the craft.
But I still have my craft if you want to see.
Yes,
I do
please.
want to see your craft.
All right. So as
The
we all know,
craft.
I had 2 majors. I majored in acting, and I also majored in electrical engineering. So this is a little something that I put together. Don't mind this IKEA box. This is totally but whenever I think of like magic and stuff, I think of like stars. And so I made this little thingy that you can totally wear around your neck. It's very giving witchy vibes, or like you can hang it and whatever. Yeah, and then the best part is
Wow, gorgeous.
Wow.
Very chic.
it's just little stars, and like you can wear it as a scarf. It's pretty warm. You do have to be connected to an electrical source, which is like kind of a hassle, but like just carry around like a 60-watt like battery or something.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a deal. Like get over it, you know?
Yeah, don't be lazy.
Yay. Cheers.
Craft
You're the only
beer.
one with a beverage.
Thank you all for watching. You can't join our little clique because it's already established. Thank you so much for our guests for coming on, Emmanuel and Evie. We loved having you.
Yeah.
If you are Faruza Balk, please comment. We would love to hear from you.
Yeah, maybe email
We think you
us,
did a really
please.
great job in this movie.
Yeah.
Queen.
Give this episode specifically a thumbs up because it has people other than Emma and I.
Yeah.
And I know that's what the people have been looking for.